just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. I'm gonna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. She just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. What's going on, people? It's Devon once again, bringing you another daily dose of insight and motivation. Today, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about you. All right, let's talk about your mental state, and let's talk about the positive and the negative, how to build momentum and to eventually become the greatest version of ourselves, right? So you right now, in your current state, you have a certain idea of yourself. You have a certain concept of yourself, right? And now, however you feel about this concept, there's another concept of yourself, right? This concept over here is the person that you want to be, the things that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to have, right? So now this already exists in the quantum realm. It already exists, right? This is already a probability, but now we're going to turn what is probable into becoming an actuality, right? We're going to manifest these things into our lives. So you have certain ideas, you have certain traits that you want, but maybe you have been thinking in a way that is not allowing you to become the person that you want to be, to do the things you want to do, or have what it is that you want to have. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs, some things that are holding you back, that are pulling you back. So you have this idea, this concept over here, but you're not embodying this person over here. And you say, well, how can I embody that person? And I don't have millions of dollars in my bank account yet. I don't have the fancy car or this or that. Whatever excuse that you have, it doesn't matter. Right now, you can look at that person. You can visualize in your mind yourself already being that person, already having those things that you want to have, already doing the things that you want to do. You can imagine yourself doing it right now. And just through that process, you're already embodying it. But you can also get deeper. You can ask yourself questions. Okay, how would this version of myself think? How would this version of myself process issues? How would this version of myself operate in this scenario, that scenario? How would this version of myself handle this issue, handle this conflict? How would that version of myself have that conversation, have this type of conversation, right? And then now you are actually starting to think like that version of yourself. What do you think is going to happen? Right? Thoughts become things. So asking yourself those questions is going to get you really in the emotion and the feeling of it as well too, because you're going to start thinking from a different perspective, right? And your perspective controls your personal reality, your personality. So now you have a concept of yourself. You're going to put a lot of energy into it. You're going to put a lot of focus on it. What does that mean? Putting a lot of energy and focus towards the things that we desire. Like manifesting something. Okay, so if it exists in the astral realm, right, the non-physical, the metaphysical realm, it needs to come down from the spiritual down into the physical, right? So if you imagine it this, up here, you're creating a cloud. Your ideas and your thoughts, they're coming up here and they're creating a cloud. And the more thought energy, the more ideas, the more all that you have, the cloud's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? But, okay. Your idea, let's get a little bit more specific. Your idea, your thought, that energy is like the formation of the cloud. The heaviness of the cloud, like when you look in the sky and you see those clouds that are just super, super dark. They're very, very, very gray, like a really dark gray, almost black in color. And it's like, wow, those are some really dark, rain clouds. They're very dense. They're very heavy, right? This is the same thing that you're doing in the metaphysical as well, too. The way that you're collecting that rain up there in those clouds and making those clouds really dense, really, really dark, is your emotion, your feeling, right? So you ask yourself those questions. Okay, if I had $1 million right now, what would I do with it? Who would I share with it? How would I do this? Who would I, bam, 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 bam. If this happened for me right now, how would I feel? How would I react? And then you can start to think of different experiences that you would have, right? Okay, well, if you just got blessed with a certain amount of money, then maybe you're buying a car. Maybe it's an upgrade on a house. Maybe you're buying things for your parents, your mother, your father. Maybe you're helping out some of your friends. Maybe you're going traveling. Maybe you're going to do all these different things. And so using your imagination, you can live out all those experiences. you can have the feeling. And now that feeling is, woo, boom, you're sending more energy into that cloud, more and more and more. It's getting denser and denser and denser until eventually it has to rain. It has to rain. There's too much, the cloud can't hold enough, and boom, it comes down to this physical. So that right there, manifesting, becoming the person that you want to be, doing the things you want to do, and have whatever it is that you want to have. Really simple, right? And so when we talk about momentum, now it's very detrimental to you. I'll say it like this. If you're putting a lot of that energy into it and then you have doubt, fear, or worry that it's not going to happen for you, you know, like those are opposite vibrations and those are clashing, and you want everything to be in harmony. You want everything to be in harmony, just like a harmonious flow instead of clashing. That harmony is actually going to make your manifestations come even faster, right? The clashings where you're going to get a lot of resistance, and you know, just don't do it that way. Look for harmony, look for the feeling, the thought energy, something that matches really well together. And when you're thinking about these things, when you're feeling the feeling, when you're asking yourself the question, okay, how would I feel if this happened to me right now? How would I feel if I won $20 million right now? Whatever it is, right? You're feeling those feelings, use that energy and maximize it as much as you can, as possible as you can, you know? Feel it within your body. You can do some type of motion, snap your fingers, whatever it is to help you just memorize the feeling, connect it with your intention, the idea. More times you do it, the more energy, your attention that you're giving it, stronger it's becoming. Boom, it's going to manifest into the physical reality. And then you're saying, all I did was just realize the future, you know? So take those concepts of yourselves and dwell on them often. And the last point I'll add is, you know, the letting something go, right? Because oftentimes when you think you're letting something go, you're actually giving it the space to come back to you, to circulate, right? Because we live in an inclusive universe, not an exclusive universe. So the things that you push away actually will stay, will want to, are magnetically just attracted to you even more as you push them away, right? And the things that you really have no resistance about, those things just seem to just come right in and manifest it for you really fast, you know? So you need to have a cool, calm, and collected energy about this, a joyful expectation, like, I know it's gonna happen. Like, thank you. Like, that's really all you can say is just thank you and get excited, you know? Stay in that energy, realize the future, and then, yeah, comment down below and, you know, tell us some of your stories. Tell us something that you maybe have manifested, that you're working on manifesting right now. Actually, don't even tell us that. You know what? All we want to hear is stories. success stories, you know, because you don't want to tell someone your dream, your goal, something that you're working on. And if you're not spiritually strong enough and they say, oh, no, that's a bad idea, or I don't think they throw some hate or some shade your way, you're not spiritually strong enough to take that could throw you off your path. So protect yourself from that as much as possible. As I always say, continue to realize where you are now. Realize where you have been. Now, realize the future. Bow.